Spoiler warning Z. This recap contains key details and revelations from several episodes of Avatar DC: The Last Airbender. 2 decades after its premiere, Avatar Z: The Last Airbender continues to captivate fans new and old with its vibrant world, complex characters, and timeless themes. As the series marked its 20th anniversary in 2025, the creators themselves, Michael Dante DiMartino and Bryan Konietzko, looked back on the legacy, offering fresh insight into which episodes still resonate with them and why. Their choices and reflections reveal unexpected layers to the show's impact and challenge the typical fan favorite lists, sparking new discussions about morality, community, and the show's enduring relevance. The story centers on Aang, a cheerful and reluctant hero who wakes after a century in frozen exile to discover the world engulfed by the Fire Nation's conquest. But while Avatar is most remembered for its epic battles and emotional arcs, the creator's anniversary interview steered the spotlight toward lesser discussed episodes, digging deep into what makes the series a generational touchstone. At the heart of the celebration was the revelation that both DiMartino and Konietzko find their favorite episodes shifting with time and personal perspective. Despite the spotlight usually shining brightest on explosive finales or critically acclaimed episodes like Zuko Alone, they instead championed understated installments that challenge viewers' expectations and broaden the show's philosophical scope. DiMartino opened up about experiencing the show anew through his son's eyes, especially with the episode Jet. In this adventure, Team Avatar stumbles upon a charismatic young rebel who leads the fight against the Fire Nation with questionable tactics. Initially, Jet charms Aang and Katara, drawing them into his quest. Yet as Sokka grows suspicious, a deeper, more dangerous motive is exposed. Jet plans to destroy an entire Earth Kingdom village in the hopes of eradicating Fire Nation soldiers, regardless of collateral damage. This moral quandary, should the ends justify the means, forms the episode's core tension. Watching Jet, again, DiMartino described seeing new layers in its themes and structure. Rather than relying on good versus evil simplicity, the episode delves into the complexities of war, resistance, and ethical choices. Viewers are encouraged to root for Jet's righteous anger, but are forced to confront the shadow cast by his methods. Sokka's skepticism pays off as the team ultimately thwarts Jet's extreme plan, forcing a reckoning with heroism and the gray areas of morality. DiMartino argued that it's precisely these nuanced stories, where right and wrong blur, and there are no easy answers, that keep Avatar fresh and relatable across generations. Meanwhile, Konietzko's picks revolved around episodes that elevated world building and community, transcending the typical journey through fantasy land structure. The Fortune Teller, for example, is often overlooked amid more action-heavy episodes, but Konietzko highlighted its rare ability to build a fully believable town and sense of local culture within only 22 minutes, rather than functioning as mere backdrops. The citizens of the village and their quirks surrounding their reliance on a fortune teller shape the characters' choices and contribute to a broader tapestry of cultural details. In The fortune-teller, Katara's fascination with prophecy clashes with Sokka's skeptical, scientific worldview, prefiguring debates about destiny and free will that echo across the series. Konietzko's other favorite, the headband, stands as a turning point in how the show humanizes its villains. Here, Aang goes undercover at a Fire Nation school, discovering that its students are as shaped by propaganda and restrictive traditions as any other children. By inviting the Fire Nation youth to dance and think for themselves, Aang exposes vulnerability and innocence within an enemy population usually painted with broad strokes. Konietzko noted the episode's power to upend stereotypes and foster empathy, reminding viewers that the narrative rarely accepts absolutism, a recurring motif in Avatar's approach to war and peace. Unsurprisingly, neither Jet, the fortune-teller, nor the headband are the episodes cited most frequently by the fandom. Instead, Zuko alone, the crossroads of destiny, and various finales tend to dominate online rankings, cherished for their explosive reveals and harrowing emotional journeys. But by emphasizing quieter, thematically rich episodes, the creators challenged fans to revisit the series with fresh eyes, urging appreciation for the subtle storytelling and ethical riddles that define Avatar's heart. An especially unexpected moment in DiMartino's reflections was his new appreciation for the Great Divide. Historically infamous as one of the series' least beloved episodes, The Great Divide follows Team Avatar mediating a dispute between two feuding clans. Many viewers, expecting high-stakes drama or magical revelations, found it lacking. Yet DiMartino, watching with his son, admitted rediscovering its charm. His son's laughter at the bickering and eventual resolution reminded him that every episode contains layers of enjoyment, depending on the audience and context. This perspective encapsulates what makes Avatar so versatile and enduring. It offers humor, action, and lessons tailored to viewers across ages and backgrounds. Where one viewer might see filler, another discovers character beats or moral puzzles. In this way, even episodes criticized for pacing or tone serve a purpose in building the rich world and advancing the show's multi-generational appeal. Central to both creators' reflections was the idea that Avatar's lasting resonance comes from its refusal to offer easy answers. The show never reduces its world to good guys and bad guys. Instead, its central theme is balance, both in the literal mastery of elements and in the deeper search for harmony among competing values. This extends to the narrative arcs. Zuko's redemption, Toph's unique take on strength, and Sokka's journey from comic relief to tactical linchpin all highlight continual change and the pursuit of equilibrium. As DiMartino and Konietzko often underscored, the Avatar exists to restore balance, not victory, an idea that sets the show apart from many of its peers. The anniversary reflections dovetailed with ongoing fan celebrations, buzzing with new theories and interpretations. For instance, revisiting Jet prompted debates about the morality of rebellion and sacrifice. Audiences wonder whether Jet's methods, however extreme, mirror real-world conflicts and drive nuanced empathy for fighters caught between ideals and desperation. The headband underlines parallel discussions about the power of education and social conditioning, with fans drawing connections to historical and contemporary issues of regime propaganda and youth activism. Such analysis reveals how Avatar's appeal deepens with time. In 2025, as fans engage with the show from new cultural contexts, sometimes as adults introducing their children to the story, what once felt simple now ripples with complexity. These layers are further enriched by the creators' openness to reinterpreting episodes beyond their original reception, encouraging audiences to challenge consensus and search for fresh meaning. What truly surprises is how the series continues to spark new emotional reactions, not just nostalgia. Watching with family or friends, viewers discover moments they missed or re-experience favorite scenes with greater nuance. DiMartino's anecdote about watching The Great Divide and finding humor and engagement through his son's perspective underscores the series' multi-generational flexibility. For some, it's the philosophical dilemmas, for others, it's the lighthearted banter, and, for many, it's a blend of both, making Avatar uniquely accessible yet endlessly rewarding upon rewatch. The discussion around the anniversary also underscores Avatar's influence on modern animation and storytelling. The show set the standard for treating young audiences seriously, inviting them into stories featuring nuanced morality, cultural diversity, and challenging conflicts. As industry veterans and newcomers alike cite Avatar as pivotal in their creative journeys, it's clear that the series not only entertained, but also reshaped how children's programming is written, animated, and interpreted. Themes of balance, redemption, and the struggle for harmony now permeate the broader television landscape, echoing Avatar's legacy in ways that extend far beyond its original run. As the creators encouraged, revisiting the series, even episodes discarded as filler or minor, can be revelatory. Each chapter offers something, a joke, a lesson, a glimpse of world building, or a confrontation with uncomfortable truths. For instance, the fortune teller not only serves as comic relief, but also foreshadows how destiny and choice interact throughout the characters' journeys. Jet challenges the notion of heroism and examines how trauma and anger can both motivate and distort noble aims. The headband opens up the possibility for healing and communication across enemy lines, suggesting that the world is always richer and more complicated than simple binaries allow. The ending and legacy of Avatar: The Sea, The Last Airbender, as refracted through its 20th anniversary, is not a single climactic moment, but a tapestry woven from hundreds of small resolutions and open questions. The creators' favorite episodes, each close with nuanced, often ambiguous outcomes. Jet's fate left uncertain. The villagers' faith in prophecy gently challenged, the Fire Nation children daring to think for themselves. These conclusions are not neatly tied up. They invite viewers to argue, wonder, and empathize. In this way, the show's ending explanation is really an ongoing process, with each rewatch opening new angles on how peace is achieved, forgiveness is earned, and balance is restored, not forever, but through relentless struggle and growth. Fans now face the invitation to revisit Avatar in light of these insights. What seemed like minor episodes now stand out as essential pieces of the show's philosophical, cultural, and emotional puzzle. The creators themselves urge viewers to find new favorites, to disagree, to explore the series for lessons applicable beyond the screen. If you're returning to Avatar for its 20th anniversary, consider starting with the episodes the creators love, and challenge yourself to look beyond the obvious. Notice the small details. The water that bridges divides, the communities fleshed out in single scenes, the moral choices made on the margins. Share your thoughts and interpretations with fellow fans, and reflect on how your own perspective has changed over the years. What are your favorite underrated Avatar episodes? Did you find new meaning on rewatch, or do you fiercely defend the classics? Share your thoughts below, join the conversation, and subscribe for more deep dives into iconic TV storytelling. Your voice helps keep the world of Avatar alive and evolving for the next generation of fans.